Hey everybody, it's Thursday, March 18th, 2010. Thanks for stopping by. I can't believe I didn't see it coming sooner, but today I saw for the first time people blaming Israel exclusively for 9/11. And I saw multiple videos on YouTube. It's like they just came up out of nowhere. And I can't believe that I didn't see it coming sooner, because it's the natural thing for people to do, right? The fact that we have been so uncritical of Israel for so long, and we have shut our eyes for so long, and allowed them to do really horrific, unconscionable things for so long. And now, suddenly, we can no longer deny what's going on in the world. We can no longer close our eyes and ignore it. It's just sort of impossible in this day and age when information is so readily available. The stranglehold that they have on our media is totally ineffective. And so people are suddenly understanding what Israel is and what it's actually doing. And there's a huge backlash growing. And, they always sort of blamed Israel because they thought that Israel, didn't warn us when they could have warned us, or they thought Israel, benefited from it, and that, maybe there were some people in our government who were more loyal to Israel than us. But this is totally different. This is totally another kind of conspiracy theory to say that it wasn't our government that did it. It was a Mossad operation, completely planned and carried out by the Israeli government. That's totally different. And come to think of it, it just doesn't seem to me like they would be able to find people to fly to their deaths. I just don't. Maybe, there's some pretty fanatical people over there, but I just don't think that they really want to do that kind of stuff. Their backs aren't against the wall. It's more like a game. If they did something like that, it would be more like a game. It would be more like, let's see if we can manipulate the Americans. It wouldn't be something where they'd be willing to die. I wouldn't think. With Islamic extremists, it's different because they're in a very desperate situation in their own minds, and they have a reason to, to commit suicide. I just don't think that the Mossad agents are like that. I think they're a totally different animal. I think they would have a hard time sacrificing a weekend of golf, much less their own lives. But that's just my own speculation. So it doesn't seem really likely to me that the Israeli government did 9/11. But what's really kind of disturbing is that when they talk about this, they're advocating genocide. They're advocating killing all the Jews, or destroying Israel, wiping it off the map, maybe with nukes or something. Which would also wipe out a lot of the Palestinians, I think. But they advocate genocide because of this. They advocate attacking Israel. They advocate a shooting war. And it's just funny to me. It seems funny to me that we've attacked two countries because of 9/11, and now people are talking about attacking a third country because of 9/11, because we think they had something to do with it when they probably didn't. What if we actually attacked Israel and killed like millions of people, and then like a year later we discover that there's no evidence that they ever did it, that there's no evidence against them. We take over the whole country, we confiscate everything, and the weapons of mass destruction aren't there again. How would we feel about ourselves at that point? Probably not too bad, because we really don't feel bad about ourselves now, do we? We're still in Iraq, and they didn't attack us. We're still in Afghanistan, and they didn't attack us. All they wanted was some evidence against bin Laden, which we didn't have. We don't even know for sure that he did it. So, it's just amazing to me that people do not feel like Iraq is a big deal, like Afghanistan is a big deal. Maybe if we were to attack Israel and, cause a genocide, maybe people wouldn't think that was a big deal either. I don't know, but I think there's something that we need to, kind of look at and say, wait a minute, maybe we need to finally learn our lesson. Even if Israel did 9/11, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse for killing, for genocide, or for war. What do? You cut ties with Israel. You stop giving them money. That's what you do. You put them under sanctions. They would be gone in a year or two if we did that. They would be a completely different country. Probably have a revolution or something. And we don't need to go over there with more tanks and invade yet another country, in my opinion. We could easily. Wouldn't take much, but what would it accomplish? Well, it would just spread us out thinner. It would make us even more culpable for, killing innocent people. And it would be over 9/11 yet again, as if 9/11 is the wound that just will never heal. And we'll just lash out at everybody from now on till the end of time. And really, we should be taking a look at ourselves, because, we can't blame Israel and the Jews for everything that we've done. We did it. It's our helicopters, our tanks that they're using, because we want them to do what they're doing. We have to just admit it. We have to just admit that it is our foreign policy and our national interests that they're serving. And that's why we pay them so much money. And, of course, Israel is not, they're being so foolish and so evil that they're bringing a lot of this on themselves. You really can't blame people too much for thinking these things when Israel acts the way it does. When recently, I think they really have started to just think that they control our politics. I think that it's kind of gone to their AIPAC's kind of gone to their head. They think that they can just boss us around and tell us how it's going to be, and insult us. Get the vice president to come over and visit, and kiss their butts, and just insult him, and just laugh at him. And I think they really overplayed their hand. But look at who it's coming from. Benjamin Netanyahu, biggest racist bastard in the world. What would you expect from somebody like that? Of course he insulted us. Thanks for watching.